How you doing, everybody? This is Welbin Work, and today we are going to be getting into leadership strategies. If you've never tuned into my channel, my name is Welbin Omar Salam, Welbin Work, and on this channel, on this live, we look into how to help people build their brands. So for the entire year of 2021, I'll be coming to you live at 9 o'clock in the morning. We started off around 10 this morning. We had some emergencies we had to take care of, but still wanted to do this live anyway, even though it's late. Um, Guys, make sure that you tune in. We're gonna get it as close to 9 o'clock as possible. Again, today was very crazy, so I apologize about that. But we're still here. So leadership strategies. We're going to be giving away this book. Good, really. We're going to be. Excuse me. Hello. Can't believe. We're going to be giving away this book. Sorry. Um, Actually, we're going to be giving away for half price because cell phones are just annoying. Let me just turn it down. You think you turn one down, and then there's something else that pops up. We are giving away this book for half price. So you're going to learn the critical 5 steps to becoming an effective leader that your market will follow. Okay. Everyone has had the experience of working for a not so great boss. While it's common for people to be promoted into management when they excel in non-leadership positions, the truth is that a lot of people who get these promotions don't have leadership skills they need to effectively manage their team and stay in that position. You see it. They look like they don't even have enough to 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 be apt to help others in their position. However, these skills can be easily learned. Um, so, in this special report, you will discover 5 essential leadership skills you need to successfully manage a team, and how to set yourself up for long-term success. These critical steps include communication, adaptability, team building, strategic thinking, and delegation. All right, let's talk. Okay. So, becoming an effective leader, let's face it, not everyone is a natural born leader. Some of us need to learn the skills required to take on a leadership role. Thankfully, it's not difficult to develop the skill set needed to learn a team, to lead a team, excuse me, or take your business to the next level. It begins with discipline and focus. One of the most important skills is in being laser focused on your goals, not allowing anything to derail your efforts. We got derailed this morning a little bit. Being a good leader means being able to keep a team on track, on the end goals, and this begins with you. Demonstrating discipline involves things like always meeting deadlines and due dates, maintaining focus even when managing multiple projects, sticking to a schedule that your team can rely on, following through on all tasks that you self assign, staying organized amongst the chaos. A leader should be the most self structured member of the team. You should set a daily work schedule while learning to chunk. That means completing specific tasks in groups and delegating regularly in order to stay on track. Becoming disciplined takes practice. It's not always easy to stay focused when you're busy building a business that requires so much of your time and effort managing many different things. Start by building a strict system that outlines a task from start to finish. Delegate what is needed and set time restraints on how long you and your team have to get the job done. Then take on more projects, tackling them one at a time, also while also learning to multitask. Throughout the process, you'll not only learn discipline, but you'll develop situational awareness, which will help you keep a close pulse on your team. We talked about a team yesterday, outsourcing. So this is your team, and prepare for any setbacks or problems that may sprout up during the process. In the next section, we'll talk about the importance of empowering and inspiring. So, one of the most important leadership qualities is your ability to motivate, inspire, and encourage others. If you're managing a team of freelancers you've hired to help you boost your business, this becomes all the more important as the main person who benefits from the work and effort they put into your project is you. This means that you'll need to find ways to motivate and inspire your team throughout each project. This goes beyond keeping them focused with regular payments or milestones. Though those help, we talked about that. It involves empowering your team so they are given the creative freedom to work on your projects in a way that truly utilizes their skill and talents. While it is your job to be clear and direct in your expectations and to provide an outline for your project, you never want to be so restricted that your team members aren't able to bring anything more to the table. The more you open up, the more you are with exploring ideas, the more open you are with exploring ideas, listening to feedback and consider other avenues or possibilities based on the experiences and skills that your team members bring to the table, the better your projects will be. So inspire, empower, and lead your team by allowing them to collaborate and showing appreciation and the willingness to listen whenever they help you bring new ideas to life. In the next section, we'll talk about the importance of honesty and transparency. It is a sign of a true seasoned leader. Let's talk about the importance of transparency when leading a team or managing a group. Honesty and transparency are the two things that will bring a team together and keep them focused on doing the best job possible. This means that you need both direct and reasonable to be both direct and reasonable with your expectation and goals. Outline every major project by task so that your team members know what they're responsible for and what you expect from them. Give them time to review the outline so that they can come to you with any questions or concerns they may have. Be open to listening to alternative ways of getting a project done. Above all, always keep your team informed and up to date on where projects are headed and how you need to utilize their skills. Transparency involves being very honest and upfront about your goals, even when your team may not be a part of the end result. For example, if outsourcing freelance writers to create a series of guides for your business, you may not want to reveal the pen names or authors in which you'll use when publishing the books. Fair enough? But you still need to provide some level of transparency in regards to the overall expectations and how you plan to market the book, so that your freelancer understands the audience. That way, they're able to create the kind of context you expect. Transparency is just as important when managing a group versus an individual freelancer. By being upfront about deadlines, project expectations, and where the company is headed, you'll be able to keep your team members focused and excited to work on projects with you and for you. It's a win-win. In the next section, we'll talk about how the good, the bad, and the ugly fall on your shoulders and how to prepare for all of it. Are you adaptable? If you want to be the most successful leader possible, you'll need to learn to be adaptable. In our professional lives, things seldom go the way we want them to go. There are too many variables for that to always be the case, and often the things that derail our career or our personal lives feel as though it's out of our control. There have been many times in my life when I have had an expectation that hasn't been met, where I've had to redirect, re-strategize, or in some cases restructure the entire project. And I'm sure that is very true for you too. The bottom line is that what you do in the face of adversity is what will determine whether you're able to quickly recover, reset, and get back on the path to success. If you have a setback, do you get back up and keep going? Or do you give up and move on to something else? Great leaders learn to go with the flow. They understand that success doesn't happen overnight and that problems and issues can occur. They plan accordingly. Their adaptability helps them get through failure and come out the other side a winner. Here are some tips to help you increase your adaptability and go with the flow. You should always have a plan B. That doesn't mean that you're planning for failure. Instead, it means that you've given thought to what you'll do if a plan A does not go as planned. Practice resilience. If you're like most people, you probably experience tons of small setbacks. When one happens, pay close attention to how you react and think about how you can switch up your internal monologue to be more positive. Come up with a daily affirmation to remind yourself that you can deal with disappointment. Excuse me. You might try something like, even if things don't go my way today, I'm going to keep going and not get bogged down by it. When something goes wrong, don't react immediately. Take a few deep breaths and let yourself feel the disappointment. A lot of times we get wrapped up in disappointment because we're trying too hard to overcome it. It's okay to feel disappointed, but it's not okay to let it get the best of you. In the next section, we'll talk about the importance of strategic thinking. The good, the bad, and the outright ugly. We skipped over this, excuse me. As a leader, you get credit where credit is due. Yeah, we skipped over this. As a leader, you get credit where credit is due. But you're often held responsible for failures and poor decision making. This is true whether you run your own business or you're managing a team for someone else. Good decisions and bad ones are ultimately your responsibility because you're either making the decisions yourself or were the person who decided to make the decisions for the company, or you were the person that decided to make the decision for the company. This means that you need to be careful with every decision you make, but more importantly, you also need to be willing to openly discuss options with your team so that you're gaining different perspectives and considering all possibilities. While you ultimately make the final decision, by being open-minded and engaging with your team, you'll be able to minimize mistakes and increase the chances that the decisions you make are sound ones. Your communication is an integral part in ensuring your team are engaged and willing to participate in discussions. Be approachable at all times. Even when projects aren't going as planned or you're feeling overwhelmed, allowing your team members to discuss anything they feel is important and never make someone feel as though their idea or concern is invalid, even if you don't agree. A strong leader is always open to listening to their team members because ultimately they power the process and keep things moving along. It's your job to unify your team and to encourage a spirit of open discussion and ongoing collaboration. It's just as important as recognizing achievements. In the next section, we'll talk about the importance of being an adaptable leader. We talked about that, actually. We skipped over on the good, bad, and ugly. All right. So how to be a strategic thinker. Can you guess what the one most important leadership qualities is? 2 words, strategic thinking. In order to become a strategic thinker, you need to learn to be able to envision a project or task from the initial phase to the end result. You'll always have a goal in mind and be able to create the structure that will take your team step by step until they've completed the task or project. This means you'll need to learn to master the art of careful and strategic planning while also preparing for potential problems, delays, or obstacles that you'll need to work around. Without carefully constructed strategy, it is very difficult to achieve your goals, much less keep a team on track. Example, you might have a goal to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Your strategy might include getting an MBA and a host of other steps that will put you in a position to achieve that goal. The thing about strategy is that it's not just for you. Having a strategy in place can help you get investors to fund your company, and it can also help you inspire your team and keep them focused. Some people have a natural gift for strategic thinking. They're the people who are able to stay ahead of the curve, minimize potential problems, and quite often have thought out every single step in the process. If you're not one of those naturally gifted thought leaders, don't worry. There are simple ways to improve your ability to think strategically and become a stronger leader. Before you make any decision, think about some possible outcomes and brainstorm what you'll do next with each one. This is the kind of practical thinking that can help you become a better strategist. Think about your goals and work backwards to find out what actions you'll need to will help you achieve them. Think of this as reverse engineering a strategy. Ask your team members and trusted friends for suggestions to help you plan strategically. Be open-minded and encourage communication, feedback, and suggestions. Try creating a timeline to plan each step on the way to your goal. In the next section, I'll leave you with some vital tips. Just want to see where we're at here. We're at 16 minutes, okay. Leadership checklist. In this final section, I'm going to include a leadership checklist that outlines the key steps to becoming a strong and effective leader. Be open and transparent. Honesty and transparency are the two things that will bring a team together and keep them focused on doing the best job possible. By being upfront about deadlines, project expectations, and where your company is headed, you'll be able to keep your team members focused and excited to work on projects with and for you. Be available. Practice communication at all times, and be willing to learn from your mistakes. Remember that all communication should be done with clarity, detail, and honesty. In addition, be open to listening to alternative ways of getting a project done. Be adaptable. Improve your adaptability by reminding yourself that you can handle disappointment, and by learning to make contingency plans, always plan ahead. Motivate, inspire, and encourage. Build your team by recognizing the danger of trying to do everything yourself and choosing team members who have the skills and experience you lack. Allow room for them to share creative feedback and fully utilize their talents. Become strategic. Learn how to think strategically by outlining your goals and identifying the practical steps you need to take to achieve them. Delegate. Delegate your skills by assigning the tasks that don't require your personal attention to the team members best suited to do them. Go ahead, buy the ebook at 50% off while this live lasts today and before the coupon expires. I give out 1 coupon per live. Build your business digital library to allow your mindset to win and create giant profits for your brand and your business. Okay, so that's what I got for you today. I know we ran a little bit late today. Oh, really late today. But I'm going to keep it short. Okay. So right here I have inside the description of this live. I don't know where it actually is. Let's see. I can't go on here because I'll mess it up. But inside the description of this live, if you're on Facebook, scroll down to the description of this live. If you're on YouTube, scroll down to the description. And if you're on Twitch, scroll down to the description. Okay? And it's in the description, the actual 50% off coupon for leadership strategies. All right? So, I'm every day here. Every day, guys. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. And by the way, look at this snow. I'll just show y'all. This snow. If you think yesterday's snow was crazy, look at today's snow. Just look at that snow. It's all the way up to my window. And it's still snowing. Crazy, right? Yeah. So we're in it. We are in the thick of it. So guys, I hope you have a great day. And check me out tomorrow at, check me out tomorrow at 9 a.m. We have a great day. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.